Good morning. So, Wednesday morning, we had a beautiful sunrise this morning, actually. I didn't catch it, of course, but I saw it. And now I'm just moving up to haul another load of canola. Futures are going down. It's about 22.68 or something today, a bushel. So I'm not going to complain about that because that's still like we're used to selling it for 10 bucks a bushel or 9 or 8. So I'll take 22 all day long. Super icy though, as you can see. We're in the middle of the great thaw, I guess. A little bit early, February, what is it, the 8th or 9th today? But the water is actually running down our bin road. This road acts like a river. Everything that comes from the bins, there's a little crest right here. So it either goes down the bins that way to the range road and in the ditch, or it comes down this road right into the yard. Makes everything super icy. As you can see, the water makes it about this far by the time it gets into evening, and then it stiffens up a bit and stops running, and then it starts over again in the morning. About +4. I'm not even sure what got me yesterday. I got like just stuffed up in my nose. So hopefully that pisses off. I don't think it's an illness or anything. I think it actually might have been from being in that telehandler. Super awesome machine to have, especially when it's icy like this, even with those super foam filled ball tires that are wrecked. Because it's 4-wheel drive, you don't spin out like you do with the 4440 when you put a bag on the front. I'd look up in the sky and see if I can get some raindrops. It is actually raining right now, which adds to the complete disaster and ice that the yard is. However, it does something to the snow, which makes it a little less slippery, believe it or not. I don't understand the science of it all. But after all, I'm not a scientist, believe it or not, so I'll leave that up to the scientists. One frustrating thing though, when we make all these bags and we leave them outside and then it gets this kind of weather, it's really bad like later in the spring here. Like we're still in winter, right? So later on in the spring, it's muddy. The water runs out of the bush all day. It rains. You can't really leave the bags outside. This little bit of rain I'm not too worried about. So here's what it is. Those people I think are gonna come get their bags tomorrow or something. There's the other 2 bags there they're gonna come get today. Hopefully not while I'm gone hauling this load of canola. But took the winter front off Carl. He's no longer needed at +4. So hopefully I can get around. Super Bees are probably the worst, well, one of the worst, if not the worst things to drag around empty when it's slippery, because you just spin out everywhere. But I'm a super duper professional truck driver from way back. I know what I'm doing. Probably the most experienced truck driver ever. So I shouldn't have a problem. Well, surprisingly, that was quite a traction-filled event. I didn't actually spin out anywhere. I am going to load right towards the front. I want to get a whole bunch of weight on my drive if possible, and then fill up. This grain this year was quite heavy, so you don't end up, like sometimes if you have light grain, you'll end up with big humps to get a legal load, but even the canola is just kind of easy to get a legal load. So before the next rainstorm comes, I'm going to get the tarps off and get this thing filling. Okay, so I just stopped here in the little town of Beaver Lodge for fuel, and so that's what dyed diesel costs. It's funny, the options there for when you put your card in, it lets you select an amount you want to spend, and it goes up to $500, and then after that it says other. I'm not exactly sure what happens when you push other. I'm assuming at this point in life you probably have to put your firstborn child into the machine with how expensive fuel is. So anyways, I elected to go with the $500 option just to see where I could get, and that's what I got. I got 389.1 liters. Now this Kenworth holds, I believe, right around 600 liters, and I was about a quarter of a tank, so I didn't even get to fill her up. Now, you know, this is not going to be a video about, you know, poor farmer, he's crying or whatever, because, you know, we do get a little bit of a break with the dyed fuel and stuff like that. Does it offset the, you know, the trials and tribulations we endure all year long? Probably not. However, the grain prices are up this year, so anybody that was able to realize the grain prices, I just got $22.50 for this load of canola, so that 2,000, just under 2,000 bushels, yeah, it's a pretty good chunk of change, a little over 40,000 bucks, so I can afford a tank of diesel. However, if you're watching this and you're just the everyday consumer, diesel fuel at the pump, clear diesel, if you drive a, you know, a non-farm vehicle or a like a vehicle that's not exempt from the clear fuel, you better hold on to your hats, because and even for these commercial truckers, I don't understand it. Like, to fill up this Super B, or this Kenworth, sorry, with fuel is just under $1,000 at $1.50, whatever, 55 a liter. So gonna get pretty wild. I got to I'm gonna head home now. I'm not gonna haul another load today, I don't think. I'll see what the grain buyer says. If futures are going up, I'll wait and haul one more tomorrow. If futures are going down, I'll probably wait and haul one more tomorrow, because I got some other stuff to do around the farm, and I'm alone. Half the crew went to school, half the crew went to town, and the other half hasn't made it out from town yet, and I'm not even sure if they're going to, because it's super duper miserable. It's wet, it's cold, it's a little bit breezy, it's muddy, it's getting gross, so there's not a whole bunch to do. But I got to get back, I got to make a couple of bags, I got to load a couple of bags, and then I got to put together one lick tank. So I will catch you later when I'm back to the farm. Well, check it out. I just got home, and our dog's been doing a fantastic job of finding antlers for us. So he puts them, of course, right where you're going to run over them. But that's wicked. I bet you, I don't know, $32 I bet you this is worth, because, oh, gross, it's got a slobber all over it. I think they're about $16 a pound. That's a decent size. Look at that guy. You don't get any points for matching sets, or any more money, I guess. I asked the guy, but natural sheds. See, that's pretty fresh. Still got a bit of blood on it. Winner, chicken dinner. So, I mean, doesn't pay for the fuel, but cha-ching. I'm gonna have to start doing some more some antler walks, because Buddy's found, or Teddy, I call him, everybody's buddy, but Teddy's found about 6 of them sheds already, so he's paid for himself, probably. Now I gotta try to navigate this turn. I'm gonna be hooped.